Welcome to Midnight Story. When the night falls silent and shadows grow longer, this is where horror and mystery begin. Real stories, urban legends, secrets never told. Be prepared, because something unseen might be watching you. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and of course subscribe, so you never miss the next terrifying tale. Because here, every midnight has a story. Once upon a time, in a secluded village surrounded by a vast ancient forest, there was a place no one dared to tread after sunset. This forest, known as the Whispering Forest, carried an eerie reputation. When the sun dipped below the horizon, faint murmurs seemed to drift from its depths. The villagers dismissed these sounds as the howling wind or rustling leaves, but the elders warned that the whispers belonged to restless spirits trapped within. Among the villagers was a curious boy named Leo. Unlike his peers, who shuddered at the mere mention of the forest, Leo was drawn to its mystery. He loved listening to the old tales of travelers who vanished, of glowing pools that revealed secrets, and of a cursed tree at the heart of the woods. Despite the warnings, Leo's curiosity burned brighter with each story. His grandmother, who was the village's storyteller, often caught him lingering too long on the edge of the forest, eyes searching for secrets he couldn't yet understand. One fateful autumn evening, under a pale, mist-shrouded moon, Leo decided to venture into the forest. Armed with a flickering lantern, a small knife, and his unwavering determination, he stepped beyond the tree line. The village lights faded behind him, swallowed by the looming shadows of the forest. His heart pounded, not from fear, but from the thrill of the unknown. At first, the journey was uneventful. The crisp scent of pine and damp earth filled the air, and the forest seemed like any other. He noticed how the trees grew taller and closer together the further he went, their branches intertwining to block out the moonlight. But as he ventured deeper, an unnatural stillness took hold. No crickets chirped, no leaves rustled, and even the wind seemed to avoid the dark canopy above. Then, the whispers began. Leo, Leo. A cold shiver ran down his spine. How did the forest know his name? He tightened his grip on the lantern and scanned his surroundings. Shadows danced on the gnarled trunks of trees, and the whispers grew louder, circling him like an invisible wind. Help us, Leo. Find the tree. Set us free. Fear clawed at his resolve, but his curiosity was stronger. He pressed on, following the voices deeper into the woods. The path twisted and turned, leading him to a clearing bathed in an otherworldly glow. In the center stood a massive ancient tree. Its branches stretched skyward like skeletal arms, and its roots burrowed deep into the earth, as if clutching something hidden. As Leo approached, the whispers became a chorus. Faces began to appear in the bark. Pale, spectral visages with hollow eyes and sorrowful expressions. They begged silently, their mouths moving in unison with the disembodied voices. Break the curse. Find the key. Leo noticed a faint shimmer at the base of the tree. Kneeling, he uncovered a small, glowing pool of water. When he looked into it, he saw not his own reflection, but the faces of people trapped in the forest. Their eyes pleaded with him. The sight made his heart ache. These were not monsters, but lost souls yearning for release. A woman's face emerged more clearly than the rest. Her voice resonated above the others. The key lies within the tree, but beware, for the forest guards its secrets jealously. Gathering his courage, Leo placed a hand on the rough bark of the tree. To his astonishment, a hidden door creaked open, revealing a narrow staircase spiraling downward into darkness. Taking a deep breath, he stepped inside, his lantern casting flickering light on the cold, damp walls. The staircase led to a cavernous chamber. Candles floated mid-air, their flames illuminating the space in a ghostly glow. At the center of the chamber stood a stone pedestal, and atop it rested a small, ornate chest. Leo approached cautiously, his heart pounding. The air felt heavy, as though the forest itself was holding its breath. When he opened the chest, he found a silver key, intricately designed with runes etched into its surface. The moment his fingers touched it, a wave of warmth spread through the chamber. The whispers ceased, replaced by a profound silence. Leo retraced his steps, clutching the key tightly. As he emerged from the tree, the faces in the bark smiled at him before fading away. The oppressive air lifted, and a soft breeze rustled the leaves above. The forest, once menacing, now felt calm. Yet Leo couldn't shake the feeling that his journey was far from over. The village greeted him with astonishment. No one who entered the Whispering Forest had ever returned. As Leo recounted his tale, showing the silver key as proof of his adventure, the villagers listened in awe. The elders proclaimed that the curse had been lifted, and the forest would trouble them no more. Over time, the Whispering Forest transformed from a place of fear to one of wonder. The villagers ventured into its depths, finding beauty where there had once been terror. Flowers bloomed in vibrant colors, and animals returned to the woods. But Leo kept the silver key hidden, a reminder of the night he braved the forest's secrets. Despite the newfound peace, Leo's dreams were restless. Night after night, he found himself back in the forest, standing before the ancient tree. The whispers returned, softer now, almost mournful. You set us free, but the curse remains. One particularly restless night, Leo awoke to find the key glowing faintly beneath his bed. It pulsed with a rhythmic light, as if calling to him. He knew he couldn't ignore its pull any longer. Dressing quickly, he slipped out of his home and made his way back to the forest. This time, the path was different. The forest seemed alive, guiding him with faint glimmers of light through the underbrush. When he reached the ancient tree, he noticed new markings etched into its bark. They formed a language he couldn't understand, but they seemed to pulse faintly, as if alive. The curse goes deeper. Unlock the truth. Placing the key against the bark, Leo felt a surge of energy course through him. The tree groaned and shifted, revealing another door, larger and more ornate than the first. Beyond it lay a vast network of tunnels, lit by an eerie green light. Leo ventured into the depths, each step taking him further from the world he knew. The tunnels were lined with roots that seemed to pulse with a life of their own. At the end of the longest tunnel, he found a massive chamber. In its center was a pedestal, and atop it rested a black crystal, swirling with shadows. A voice echoed in the chamber, deep and resonant. You have come far, young one, but to truly lift the curse, you must make a choice. Leo froze. Who are you? What choice? I am the heart of this forest, the voice replied. Long ago, a great wrong was done here. To protect itself, the forest cursed those who sought to exploit it. But the curse grew twisted, trapping innocent souls. To end it, you must shatter the crystal and release all that I have held. Leo hesitated. And what will happen to the forest? It will weaken, but it will live. The choice is yours. Taking a deep breath, Leo raised the key and brought it down upon the crystal. It shattered with a deafening crack, and a wave of energy swept through the chamber. The walls seemed to sigh, and the whispers faded into silence. When Leo emerged from the forest, dawn was breaking once more. The air felt lighter, and the villagers would later say that the forest seemed to glow with newfound life. But Leo knew the truth. He had freed the souls, but the forest would always carry the scars of its past. From that day forward, Leo became the guardian of the Whispering Forest, ensuring that its secrets and its beauty were preserved for generations to come. And though the whispers no longer haunted the forest, Leo often wondered if they were truly gone, or merely waiting for the next seeker brave enough to unlock their mysteries.